Sometimes in Warzone DMZ, when your weapon's cooling down, you just need to take a boat ride, clear your head. During one such boat ride, I had an epiphany. What if I could go down in history? Be the first person to circumnavigate Ashika Island by boat without stopping. So I geared up, grabbed 2 boats, and took off. But not without enduring a little gunfire, some DDoS attacks, and some rough seas. But would it be enough? Could I set a new world record and be the first person to circumnavigate Ashika and do it so in the fastest time? Alright, so we're going to try the assault patrol boat first here. If we can get in. Okay. Not a good start here. Can't get in the boat. Getting shot at. The only place I know to find this assault patrol boat is in the underground fortress. You can access it from Port Ashika, and that's where we're going to start this trip here. So welcome everybody. My name is Digital Camo Media, and we're going to be the first people ever to circumnavigate. Oh no. Maybe not. This video is going to be over before it even started. That's not good. Crap. Okay, I wonder if we drift into the gas station here, if it'll repair us. It should, right? Okay, we're just going to push this boat ourselves, put it on our head. A little David Goggins action, you know, right?
They don't know me, son!
They don't know me, son! David Goggins pushing, rapping. Who's gonna carry the boats? And the logs.
Come on, 23!
Push! Push!
One more, David! Who's one more to carry the boats?
That should be enough. I think we're good enough. No way that worked. That's dumb. That's so stupid. Alright, so once we get filled up here, we're going to take off. My guess is it's going to take about 5 minutes to go all the way around, but we will see. So, first attempt, assault patrol boat, circumnavigate Ashika, and we're off. So the Navy calls these assault support patrol boats, or alpha boats. They typically come with 2 General Motors diesel engines. I think they're each about 500 horsepower. They also carry about 700 gallons of fuel, and in real life go about 150 nautical miles, even with a full crew. They come with a couple, as you can see, 250 caliber machine guns. This exact ship is modeled after a real U.S. Navy ship called the RPB, or Riverine Patrol Boat, and it's typically used in inland shores to combat terrorism and narcotics trafficking. It says that it comes with twin Yamaha 440 horsepower engines and water jets, and they're equipped with armor and can be designed to carry up to 20 personnel, including cargo. I wish there was more waterbound missions and maybe some additional sites you could travel to. Look how beautiful that boat is, as we get a glimpse of the 50 caliber machine gun out front. Great side view. But I wish there was more waterborne missions or more activities that encourage the use of boats. I mean, they put this excellent boat inside of a canal on the inside of the island. As we hit some rough seas here, a little chop. Some choppy seas, a little choppy chop. Chop chop.
Don't worry about the chop. You don't know shit about chop. Oh.
The U.S. Navy also has a new 40-foot patrol boat called the Defiant. It's got some really cool lines, and it's a sick-looking boat. The Russians also have a really cool boat. I think it's called the Raptor. It's got a bunch of geometric shapes, and of course the camo is sick on it, but they are getting accused of stealing the design from the Swedish CB-90 HMS patrol boat, so they look very similar. I wish that those boats were in this game. I think it'd make it a lot more fun. You could have boat battles, maybe make an island that you can only get to by using boats, and really encourage people to get out and use the boats more. I also think the boats could use a better user interface, starting with the tachometer, speedometer, odometer. Like, they should tell you how far you've traveled, and there should be some other heads-up things on here, maybe even radio interface. Alright, we're coming up to the end here. We are chooching along
my God,
Shout out to Cleater, Freedom Factory, Choochin.
now.
As we come into the finish line here, are we going to do it? What's the time going to be? Boom, 2 minutes 57 seconds. So we went sub 3 minutes all the way around Ashika Island. That's got to be a world record. I think we probably could have chose a better route, but that still seems really fast. 3 minutes from one side of Ashika to the other is 900 meters, so I'll do the math and put that at the end of the video. So now that we've set the record in the armored patrol boat, let's see what the Zodiac can do. This is called the Zodiac because it's the name of the company that makes it. The real name for this is the Zodiac Mil Pro Futura Commando 470, or FC-470 Combat Raiding Craft, also known as the Combat Rebel Resistance Craft. It's currently used by all branches of the U.S. military, including the U.S. Navy, Marine Corps, Army. It's got a 55 horsepower motor that, instead of a propeller, they converted it to a turbo outlet prop to reduce any injury of people. It also comes in a bulletproof model, which I thought was interesting. There's an attachment that they make to cover on the outside to make it the first bulletproof Zodiac rubber boat. The initials for the boat are RHIB, which stands for Rigid Hull Inflatable Boat. It's also called a RIB, Rigid Inflatable Boat. I like the way this boat feels when driving it. I don't know if it's because of the way the effects of the water, or the way the operator looks, being windswept with his gear on, but this feels faster. I don't know if that's part of the effects that they have on here, but it feels like we're making better time than the assault boat, even though we're in a smaller craft with a considerably smaller engine. We're coming up on the furthest part of the journey. If you look on the left-hand side, it just clicked over to 912 meters, which is the furthest distance away from the point you can get. So if we just did some math, that's the radius, 912 meters. I'll include all the information at the end of the video on how far I think we traveled and what time. I'm actually shocked nobody's been shooting at us or chasing us here. I haven't ran into any other operators. Usually I see another operator, or we see him getting extracted. We're coming up on an extraction point up here, so I wonder if there's going to be a helicopter, any operator action. Feels like the waves are bigger on this side of the island, so I'm just trying to ride in between the middle of them to stay up on the plane. Oh, a little fire. Oh, hey, we got a helicopter. I wonder if that's Exfil. No. Hey, operator. Operator on the left. Not an Exfil helicopter. So we are coming up on the finish line here. It feels about the same. I think we're coming up on 3 minutes. 2 minutes and 57 seconds was the world record in the assault patrol boat. And boom, 2:59. Only like a second or two difference, still sub 3 minutes. That was a lot closer than I thought it'd be. I knew it felt fast. I mean, I bet if I took a different route, we could probably get the same time in this little boat. So for the rigid hull inflatable boat, we used all but a quarter of a tank. We started from the north part of the island, and we ended up with a time of 2:59. Now for the assault patrol boat, which set the world record, look at how beautiful that boat is, first of all, but it had considerable more amount of power, and it was only 2 seconds faster, and there was almost half a tank left of gas. We started from the south side of the island near Port Ashika, and here's where you can find the assault boat if you want to try yourself. Here's the two boats' times compared with their gas usage. World record assault boat almost had a half a tank left, whereas the rigid hull was almost empty. Using the math from the pin that we dropped, knowing that 912 meters from one side to the other, it gives us 150 meters per box. We actually had to go further over. You can see the quick math here, and what comes out to is 44 miles per hour for each boat, even though one was 2 seconds longer than the other. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think.